Hey guys, Lewis here. And yes, it is finally time that we end this. We are going to figure out what the hell that machine does in the laboratory that is conveniently placed in our safe house. And yeah, that's the thing we don't know. We don't know what that machine does, what it can do. All we know is that we have to build it because everything is awesome. Also, I unlocked Boris busting it down sexual style while goaded with the sauce. He's just busting a move. Alright, now let's do this. Up that fifth weapon because I still don't know what it is. Also, we unlocked the box. Now, if there's one thing you need to know about this game, the Ink Demon is a bitch. And also, when we get to the credits, I'll share my final thoughts with this game. So yeah, the main goal is we need to destroy turrets. That's right, we're fighting guns. Okay, nothing here. Besides, yes, I'm a man. Innocent man, but a man. Hey again. Gun! Okay, it doesn't have anything in it. Anything in here? Nope. Uh-oh. Oh, he was right there. See this? This guy is the one thing keeping us from completing our goals. Because apparently the Keepers, they're not present at this moment. I don't know what the hell they're doing with the Ink Demon literally going around their house. But, I mean, they seem chill with him. I mean, they only tried to kill him. And then they turned him into Chibi the VTuber. Oh, kill the man. Jesus, this place is like a maze. Easy to get in, but possible to get out. I also really hate these spiders. Not as much as I hate the Ink Demon. But it's an equal hatred. Die! Jesus Christ. or if the cycle even has a religion. Does the Bendy universe have a religion? If so, what do you think it is? I guess you could cop out by saying the Ink Demon, but would you really want to cop out like that? I guess you could also say Wilson, because he literally says he killed the Ink Demon, so makes sense if he had his own religion. Seems like I've checked everywhere up here. Gotta find a med pack. Any medications? Medicine. Ah. I haven't been this way, though. We'll have it. The Ink Demon. He was this way. There he is. So this means I should go this way. And there's Gruffy's ghost again. Ah, there we go, we're finding things. Bone. I think I can guess that one of the next ones. Which means we might need to pull another run and gun. Like that one Cuphead level. The running guns in Cuphead. Though does this feel like a run and gun, killing like everything we see at a second thought? Do you think Boris has like a Deltarune thing? Like, do you think Boris is actually willing to do all of these? Or are we actually just Boris's brain? That's the thing. You never know if you're actually the character you're playing as is okay with the things you're doing with their lives. Yeah, Deltarune will thinking about Deltarune will really do that to you. Oh god, this was getting lost again. Well, one thing I can confirm is that if there's a toilet anywhere, then there's a turret, because toilets literally spawn 100% of the time in toilets. I've never been in a single toilet and have not seen one of those turrets. And I've been this way. Ow. Ruh-roh. Running low on soup. Is he even coming this way? I really can't tell. Why does the ink demon always have to be so unpredictable? Where's the bacon soup? Alright, I'm gonna wait for him. Bendy? Bendy! Oh, glitchy textures. I never understand where those little bat things came from. They look like ink widows with wings. We got a bathroom in here. Always search the toilets. You never know if you might find something that can help you bust it down sexual style while being goaded with a sauce. I don't care what anyone says, that line will always be funny. Only one way left to go. It's this circle thingy, which means a run and gun is inevitable. A run and gun is inevitable, but it's a very short running gun. So let me just mark that real quick. No, it seems like pointless. This is literally the last place to go. You can never be too sure. But unfortunately for me, seems like all the ink demon's gone. Let's head in here. Hope he doesn't go up. Oh, now this is a run. And I get a dance blueprint out of it? Okay, now this is great. Now, run and gun. I like that. I like that round. Now that's what I call a good start. I like that. And hey, we got all the dance moves. Now let's hope I don't suddenly lose all of them. Let's make sure of that. I'm gonna double save. Now speaking of that, let's check up on that contraption. Seems good. Okay, we need one more. And then we can do whatever we need to do with that. Oh, why am I heading into the toilet? Alright. Down we go! Huh. I always love it when we find the closest item on the first path. Is that what I call them? Paths? Yeah, I call them paths. Telling you, we need more street cred. Then we wouldn't have so many people trying to kill us. Besides the Ink Demon, he doesn't care how much street cred you have. He'll kill you no matter what. And just like that, we got the last jet schematic. So now we just need to find all the items, which will only take a minute. It seems like last schematic or not, we're gonna have to kill these guys. They aren't gonna get in our way. And we also need to find all the items without getting lost. Which means I need to make sure I've checked everywhere. Because that's the thing about this game. It's about exploration and strategizing. Stealth and exploration. I didn't actually get that. And using your bacon soup stamina wisely. Because there are some moments where you won't have enough of it. And that will screw you over in the butt. Now, it was unintentional. Actually, maybe the Keepers are too busy capturing all of the enemies from Ink Machine that none of them are here to take care of the Ink Demon that's walking around in their office. Gotta go behind him. He's too dumb to notice. Which gives us enough time to check other places. And we have a bathroom in here, which means... I'll leave that for later. Here's what I would say if it wasn't later. Maybe once we finally build this machine, we'll have enough street cred so they will understand who's really the boss of the cycle. I don't know about bathroom, you know what that means. Actually, give me those sticks. Actually, okay, let's just check one. Not even money? Alright. I have enough money to begin with. I don't need more. It's gonna fuel my gambling. The ink demon doesn't come this way. Only one way left, which means if we don't find free items, we're gonna be here for a while. Double kill. Actually, hold on. Now that wait a minute, we didn't go. There's a way that we didn't go. We can't go here yet. Yeah, we didn't go this way. Ah, you see, guys, you gotta think. Which is something I don't really do. Unless it's a full moon. Ow. Don't do that. Rude. I think we now might have enough soup to, if the Ink Demon does come this way, we can outrun it. Okay, I think that's everything this way. Means there is actually only one more way to go. Bottom of it. Now, to grab the lost item and get the hell out of here. Yes. Now let's see what this means. Prototype. Huh? Completing tasks around the safe house will grant borrows prototype parts from this. Okay, so prototype parts. So this is a prototype of a machine. This mean this is a prototype of the ink machine? Is that what that is? Hold on, are the boxes are gone? No, they're not gone. Prototype part. We're opening the boxes! Prototype part. Prototype part. Prototype part. Prototype part. Prototype part. This is it? Are we actually gonna do this? Let's bottoms up. We are actually going to. We're gonna start up this prototype machine, and it's gonna do something cool. Well, here goes nothing. What the? They're glitching. What? Oh, so this is an enemy. Why were the enemies glitching? The enemies are glitching. I can predict them. What? Okay, so this is okay. So apparently this is an enemy rush, and we have to survive it. Okay, got that. So that's what the medication pack is for. Oh! We actually do. What is this gonna do? What are we doing? What's going on? What's this machine gonna do? Boris, what's the machine doing? Boris, what's it doing? Guys, I haven't seen this. What is it doing? Huh? What the? No! No fucking way! No! It's the real world! We opened a portal to the real world! Boris is escaping the cycle! No way! No absolute way we're actually doing this! It's a portal! This is a prototype of the ink machine! Boris is... It's actually happening! Oh my god, it's actually happening. Wow. Boris escaped the cycle. Oh my god. It's beautiful. And that was Boris in the Dark Survival. Oh no, Bendy Lone Wolf. That was Bendy Lone Wolf. Funtime Lefty? Wow. That was cool. That was a cool ending. Although I still haven't gotten that 5th item. Okay, while I'm getting that 5th item, I'm going to give off my final thoughts of Bendy Lone Wolf. Bendy Lone Wolf is probably one of the best Bendy games I've played. If not the best Bendy game I've played. I've had a lot of fun with this game. I really like the improvements it made on the original Dark Survival. I'd say it's a very successful, and the story is really interesting. I like the implications that... Are we talking about... The gameplay is peak. I love the gameplay of Bendy Lone Wolf. It's a really fun gameplay loop that is... Literally, the whole point is that the replayability is replayable. I love all the little tasks. Okay. I like this type of gameplay. Bendy Lone Wolf's gameplay cycle is something I can get into. Ink Demon, he may be annoying. Yeah, the thing is, Ink Demon, when you first see him, he's, like, really scary. But the more you get into the game, you realize how annoying he is. But that first one... The Ink Demon has a good first impression, is what I'm saying. He knows how to make a first impression. Because that's literally what he does best. Although the one thing let me talk about my downside before I get more into the upsides. The downsides is... I wish they could have done more with the playable characters, like Sammy Lawrence and Porter. The downgrade between Sammy's appearance in Dark Survival and this game is just so noticeable and unforgivable. And the whole hide and seek thing is just not really the best, especially when it's in one of my least favorite my least favorite map, the tunnels. Yeah, not really a fan of what they did with the other two playable characters. And the Alice Angel and Projectionist parts of the game, they're alright. Not anything good, but they're alright. I mean, they work as they did in Dark Survival. But the thing was, with the Projectionist, it was actually interesting because there was a chance that instead of encountering Bendy on that floor, you'd encounter the Projectionist, and that's what I really liked. There, you could get random enemies. Now, I know you're saying it would make sense for the lore of this game, since this takes place during Dark Survival, but you know, it would have been cool to have an option to choose the enemy you're facing as, like, end game bonus, you know what I mean? Like, choose your enemy and choose your survivor. And another thing that would actually be... I wish this game had multiplayer. This is a game... Boris in the Dark Survival and Lone Wolf in general is a game that would actually thrive off of multiplayable ability. Like... You could have, like, 4 survivors, or just 2 survivors and 2 demons. Or heck, you could play, like, one person plays the wolf while the other plays the enemy. Wouldn't that be just so cool? Just have Lone Wolf multiplayer. That's a concept that could work extremely well, if done correctly. And I just wish the Meat League could actually... Yeah, a Bendy multiplayer game would be peak. I'm just saying. This game would thrive with its own multiplayer. And another thing I have to say, the bosses... I mean, the bosses, they can be extremely tedious at first. You know, at the Bendy warehouse. But once you actually realize how much range your weapon has, they just become a complete joke. It's honestly sad. Yeah, the bosses could have been better. I mean, I guess you could say Alice Angel and the Projectionists also count as bosses, and I will admit their boss battles they're alright. I mean, I'm pretty sure their layouts are randomized. But the thing is, I wish you could play them on different maps, like fighting the Projectionist in the Gent Workshop, or fighting Alice Angel in the tunnels. Like, that would be a really cool. Instead of just being stuck to the abyss in the lower levels, because I like the lower levels, but they just look a little bit too much like the studio. Instead of just being like the lower levels, I mean, it's literally what it is. It's just the lower levels of the studio. The studio. So, if I had to go from maps from worst to best, tunnels. Yeah, tunnels are lost place. I do not like the tunnels at all. Very claustrophobic. I mean, I know that's the point, but yeah, not really a big fan of the tunnels. Second worst? I guess I could go and say Artist... No. The Abyss? Or I could say the lower levels. Because the thing is, the problems I have with both... I mean, the Abyss is practically just the studio mixed in with the tunnels. And the lower levels are just the studio with, again, said extra steps. But if I had to choose one, I'd probably say the Abyss is worse than the lower levels. And, okay, tunnels, Abyss, lower levels, and in the middle, I would put the studio. The studio is in the middle. It's a nice mix between... It's basically a starter world. And it does its job good at being a starter world. And that's hard when everything almost looks the entirely same. But yeah, the studio does what the studio is trying to do, and I like the studio for it. And then I'd say Artist's Rest. It has a lot of interesting things. there's you can hear the lullaby theme in Artist Rest, which is pretty cool and scary. Because I was like, is Bendy doing that? Well, it's not Bendy. It's just the background music. It catches me off guard, and it made me scared. So I'd say it's doing good at that. And then I would say the music department is the second best because I mean it has all the cool instruments and you can actually interact with the instruments, and it also has the coffins, the toilets, so we can unlock the busting moves. And then in first place is obviously the Gent Workshop, because this place just gives off final boss vibes. It's like if Scrap Brain Zone it's like if the final zone from Sonic 1 was in Bendy. It does a good job at making this feel like the final place. And plus it has guns. Who doesn't like guns? Well, unless you're trying to fight the guns. So yeah, those are my okay, so that's my ranking of the worlds. Tunnels, Abyss, Lower Levels, Studio, Artist Rest, Music Department, and Gent Corporation. Now, the combat. Bendy hasn't really been known for its combat. I will say there have been some ups and downs with the combat system. Well, mostly downs if you're talking about the first game. The second game's combat was alright. The third game's combat, I mean, it's nothing to scoff at, but the fact that you can actually block and dupe enemies, I would say Lone Wolf's combat is the best combat. Just for the fact that there are so many different opportunities and moves that you can there's a blocking attack and you can get better weapons instead of just Ink Machine where every weapon does the same thing, and Dark Revival where you're just stuck with the same weapon until the very end. Yeah, the variety with the weapons makes the combat look more pizzazz. And the enemy types. I mean, I hate the Ink Widows, and, I hate the enemies in general. I mean, they're alright. I mean, they all just try to attack you, but the variety of enemies that you can get in this game is just so... chef's kiss. Because with Ink Machine, the combat wasn't too good. And remember, the enemy designs were alright. In Dark Revival, all you were doing was just fighting Lost Ones. That's all you were doing, fighting Lost Ones. But in this game, you're fighting literally anything that moves wants to kill you. And that's what I like about it. If you're gonna fight enemies, fight them in style. So, yeah. My honest opinion about Lone Wolf, in my personal opinion, and I don't know if anyone, in my opinion, this is the best Bendy game. I am not kidding. This is the best Bendy game I have ever played. It fixes so many of the problems that I had with Dark Survival, and it just brings so many unique concepts to the series. Like the turrets, they're cool, and a lot of things from Dark Survival were done better in this game because of how unique Dark Survival was. So I'd say this is the best Bendy game. Ironic, since its predecessor might be the worst Bendy game. It is the worst Bendy game. So yeah, that's enough of me rambling about the best and worst Bendy games. Let's finish this stream by playing in the arcade. So yeah, final thoughts. Best Bendy game. Excellent replayability. And nice enemy variety. Now, to, I'm going to talk about the future of Bendy because I know Bendy 3 is happening, and I'm really excited for it. And I just have so many. There are so many interesting concepts that I said during my Lone Wolf gameplay. Like, what if you bring like a can of water? What if you bring like a glass of water into the Bendy world and it just disintegrates things? Using water in a Bendy game would be really interesting. I'm not talking about the black ink. I'm talking about real world water. I just think there are so many cool concepts that could be done. So yeah, let's just play Bendy. Give me one second. Okay, so I just figured out that in order to find Borkus, we have to survive 414 days. Oh, but don't worry, I'm not going to bore you by actually playing through 414 days. What I'm going to do is that while I'm videos will still come, is that in the background while making those videos, I'm going to play through this game and get to 414 days. So I don't have to bore you with all the details. But this will be the final Bendy Lone Wolf video for now. So, what better way to end this than to bust it down sexual style? This game has been a blast, and I can't wait to see it again when when we get to 414. Adios, folks!